question. Now, stay homosexuals, right?
Yeah, God said that.
Okay. Now, we all know that we all have masculine and feminine energy, right? Within us.
Okay, yeah, soul and spirit.
No, we have masculine.
I'm telling you the Bible words are soul and spirit.
Okay.
Soul is feminine, spirit is masculine.
Okay. So, if someone has more, like most men has more feminine than masculine.
Yeah. There are some men that are more feminine and some men that are more masculine. Okay. That doesn't justify sodomizing somebody.
Okay. Now, so if someone is attracted, but they're confused,
like a pedophile, right?
I'm not even talking about pedophile.
I know, I'm just saying, like a pedophile is confused. They lust after children, right?
But do you know why they lust after children?
Yes, sin has affected their minds.
No.
What is wrong with pedophiles?
I want to...
Can you give them a pill and fix them?
No. Because it's... Okay. But those two, like, finding... See,
why is homosexuality the only thing that bothers you up there?
No, it doesn't. Really, I mean... Why it does? Because love is love. That's why.
Right, love is love, but sodomy is sodomy. Okay? Sodomy is not love. Sodomy is lust.
Is it?
Just like a pedophile, it's lust, like an animal.
So sodomy is lust.
Yes. Okay. It's just irrational, brute lust is all it is.
Okay, so a man and a woman regular way is not lust.
Yeah, that is. That's why God said get married.
But even if you're married, it can still be lust.
And by the way, yeah, right. But by the way, it's contained within a covenant. Right? It's a covenant.
Right.
Yes. And so that's why God designed the female body and the male body to go together. He didn't design a man's penis to fit in another man's rectum because that's to be acceptable behavior. I mean, it's designed. You're intelligently designed.
You know, I'm trying to learn too.
Right, and that's why women have babies when they operate according to the design. They can get pregnant. Right? I mean, that's design.
But this lusting started with Adam and Eve.
Right. Exactly. Again, it's unrestrained lust. It's like uncontrolled lust. But it manifests itself with anger, wrath, gambling, drug addiction, drunkenness. All these other things are lust of the flesh. All of them.
Yes, but...
And that's why the Bible says if you live after the flesh, you shall die.
But people do that because they're damaged.
Yeah, that's why Christ comes to heal them. That's why he said you must be born again. He sets them free from that lust. That's why he died on the cross. He took that lust and he nailed it to the cross. He killed the old man with deceitful lust, and he rose from the dead to give them newness of life, to set them free from that lust, to give them power over it. That's why we walk in the Spirit, that we don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. But if you just let everybody live according to their own lust, crimes would get greater and greater and more prevalent and more dominant, and our society would rip apart, and we would be a bunch of savages, a bunch of animals. Because they don't get the true love. They redefine love as a lust. Just like if a homosexual defines love as sodomy, a pedophile could define love as whatever they call that, pedophilia, whatever. They could define it, it's all their own arbitrary decisions. Or if you say, well, it's just mob rule, if the majority of people decide if pedophilia is it okay? Or is it sin?
Now, if you want to get technical, back in the old days, that was normal.
Well, it was more normal maybe, but it was still sin.
It was normal.
It was still sin though.
But again, so they made it normal.
Well, so let me ask you, is there anything that is wrong today that's wrong through all history?
Killing.
So why?
Because you shouldn't take another life.
Why?
Because you're not... Because that's for God to judge. A man should not judge.
God said not to kill. And God also said not to commit homosexuality, not to commit sodomy. And he says not to lust after your neighbor's wife. He says not to do all these because these are, when that lust gets out of control, that's what it does. That's what it looks like. Okay, so God says all that stuff that you think is okay destroys families, it destroys relationships, it destroys communities and nations. It's destructive.